It's the year 2025, and while GTA 5 Online is still extremely popular and does many things for many different people, I wouldn't use the words exciting or innovative to define this game. Everyone knows at this point that Rockstar has dedicated the vast majority of their resources to finishing up GTA 6 and its new online mode, so they don't have much of an incentive to dangle shiny new toys in front of us. However, things are very different in roleplay land because over there, developers are constantly listening to community feedback and implementing features on a monthly basis. Features that are so revolutionary, we'll likely never see them replicated in an official GTA game. And the good news is that you can actually join most of these servers right now for absolutely free. So in this video, I'm going to give you my 5 top picks for the best GTA RP servers that you can play in 2025. And as you guys already know, if you're fans of the channel, my go-to RP server for the last year has been grandrp. Like the vast majority of roleplay servers out there, grandrp is an economy-based server, which means the main gameplay loop involves doing jobs, owning businesses, and buying stuff to increase your wealth and status on the server. Very similar to vanilla GTA Online, but it has custom scripts and assets. However, unlike the vast majority of roleplay servers out there as well, grandrp runs on the Rage MP framework, which gives it the freedom to implement even more vehicle designs that are a lot closer to real life. And because the grandrp devs are constantly rolling out new performance as well as new content updates, you'll never go more than a month without receiving new content and events and updates, clothings, items, vehicles, or even bug fixes. And a nice example of this is the recent support that they added for GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced. Most other roleplay servers out there still require you to own the legacy version of GTA 5 in order to play, but not grandrp. It lets you join even if you have the updated enhanced version. And the good news is that performance is also very stable with the latest patch, at least for the most part. Visuals have been improved significantly here, which means not only is grandrp packed full of exciting content, but it's also the best looking Rage MP server that you can play in 2025. Plus, there is no whitelisting process. In fact, you can join right now simply by clicking my link in the description or pinned comment, which will take you straight to the official grandrp registration page. And if you select English server number 1, you can even be a part of the Hazard Gang, which is my grandrp family. We've got a family house as well as family vehicles that are shared between all the members, so you're going to get a massive head start over solo players, and you won't feel like a homeless bum as you work your way up the ladder. And to sweeten the deal, grandrp also gives you a starter cash package and a free sports coupe of your choice, but only if you sign up using my link. It's a win-win for both of us here, and it's totally free with no strings attached. So go ahead and join grandrp's global community of over 10,000 players. Bring your friends too, as grandrp is even better with friends, and there are tons of divergent storylines unfolding in this server at the same time. By the way, if you're scared that the lack of whitelisting will serve as an invitation to griefers, don't worry here, because while grandrp doesn't have a discrete approval process for new applicants, it takes several steps to ensure that nobody is able to use hacks or abuse the rules of the server. If you try to play like it's a deathmatch server, if you go around randomly breaking and entering into properties with no roleplay reason behind your actions, you'll find yourself in a jail cell quicker than you can say I'm sorry. Multiple violations and you're permabanned, no exceptions. grandrp also takes lots of steps to ensure that its economy is fair and balanced for everyone, with a supply and demand based market rather than prices that are controlled from the top down. This means that properties in high demand often cost tens of millions of dollars, but you don't have to own a business in grandrp to have fun. You could be a firefighter, a cop, a fisherman, oil rig worker, handyman, anything you want. You can even be a criminal and steal cars or break into houses. Or you could gain new skills and switch jobs on the fly as you gather more and more experience. Recently, grandrp has updated their police system, so we've got new ways for cops to interact with civilians, and if you're a criminal, you too have new options to interact with cops. Like for example, you can now hold them at gunpoint and steal their uniform, which I find quite hilarious. Cops have also received new toys to play with, like a new night vision kit, new police radar, redesigned spike strips to stop speeding suspects, and a totally revamped PDA that allows you to log data and share info with your fellow police officers. And this is just one of the many updates that grandrp devs have been rolling out in just the past 6 months. So if you want an action experience unlike anything else, if you want to be a part of one of the largest GTA RP communities in the world, then definitely join grandrp today using my link in the description or pinned comment. Number 2 on my list is Pimpin RP. This server runs on 5M, unlike grandrp, which uses Rage MP, and if the name didn't give it off, Pimpin RP is a server for the more criminally inclined among you who prefer an action-focused experience, minus all of the tedium of everyday chores and money grinding like you see with so many other RP servers, where it feels like you're getting off your IRL job just to do virtual jobs inside of a game. And thanks to all the custom scripts that they have for vehicle handling, weapon ballistics, melee combat, and businesses, you're guaranteed to have a really good time over here, because Pimpin RP is where all of the coolest dudes come to hang out and have a drink. Sure, there's the occasional turf war that makes the worst Brazilian favelas look like Disneyland, but other than that, it's a pretty chill server. Anyway, I wouldn't worry too much about getting mugged in here, because despite the more hood-oriented roleplay that happens inside of Pimpin RP, RP, it's actually quite well moderated, and the admins are always keeping an eye out for bad actors who kill people without reason. Which is to say, you can mow down a dozen people with a machine gun in this server, as long as you're doing it within character and for story reason. And that's what makes Pimpin one of my favorite criminal RP servers. Most RP servers put way too much emphasis on cops and have power-hungry mods who will ban you for the slightest misstep, but in Pimpin, everyone is expected to act like a criminal, and you won't be punished for going off script as long as it makes the experience better for everyone else on the server. In addition to gang stuff and petty robberies, Pimpin also has bank heists and a robust law enforcement agency, as well as emergency medical services and a Department of Justice, so don't think of it as just another hood roleplay server. And it's free for everyone, with regular updates and community events that are coordinated through the official Discord, so feel free to check them out if you want to roleplay as a criminal. Server 3 on my list is Lucid City, and this one can be a bit of a mixed bag depending on which of their servers you join. If you get whitelisted, you might have the best RP experience of your life, because Lucid has some insane storylines and a dedicated community of developers who are constantly adding new features. Alternatively, if you end up in the public server with the rest of the unwashed masses, your experience might range from okay to absolutely awful, because a lot of the folks over here have no interest in role-playing and will just try to blow stuff up or follow you around like stalkers looking for opportunities to steal your car or put a knife in your back. The mechanics and custom scripts are pretty good. There are things like crypto trading, black market deals, and street gangs where you can join up to be a part of something bigger, and even if you don't make it into a gang, you can still pay them protection money to keep your businesses and properties safe from people who may not like you very much. So if you have enough cash, you can technically access the power of a gang without being a direct member, which is something I really like. Lucid City is also one of the few RP servers to have the Cayo Perico Island as an explorable zone, just like grandrp. This means you can actually go there on a plane and collect resources, or even have PvP battles with others, or you can even bring your gang over to Cayo Perico and plant forbidden trees to turn it into the next big Colombian drug empire. Apart from tons of other options for criminal activity, Lucid City also has a Department of Justice to establish the rules and a police department to enforce these laws upon its citizens. You have plenty of money-making opportunities right from the very start, and the grind is fairly minimal, so you can get into the action pretty quick, even as a newcomer. Overall, it's a good free server for new role players. However, if you want the best experience, remember you have to get whitelisted, because the public servers can be a little bit unpredictable here. Number 4 on my list is GTA World, and I decided to include this one because it's the only text-based GTA roleplay server in the world, which means you don't need a microphone or voice chat to communicate with others. In fact, the server encourages you to coordinate things like heists, raids, and parties exclusively through written messages rather than voice, so this place is a paradise for introverts who don't like to speak with people all the time, or maybe just don't have a decent microphone, in which case GTA World is going to be perfect for you. However, the primary mode of communication is still the English language, and if you can't write in English, you will be excluded from the roleplay experience, so keep that in mind before you join GTA World. These guys also pride themselves on having zero pay-to-win features, so there are no microtransactions or in-game items that you can purchase with actual money to give yourself a competitive edge. Instead, the server is funded entirely through donations, which is why it's able to stay free, and there's minimal grind, which is always a good thing, as not every server needs to be an economy-based server. When I visited their official website, it showed over 266 players actively online, which is not a bad amount at all, and I also find the sign-up process to be fairly simple. However, unlike grandrp, you can't just enter your name and email and expect to be accepted here. You also have to write a 2-paragraph minimum roleplay description of your character along with their flaws, so the admins can know whether or not you're a good fit for their server. GTA World is also a server for storytellers and creative folks who want a slower paced, more methodical gameplay experience with a structured narrative and a heavy focus on written dialogue. If you're tired of RP servers where it eventually turns into every man for himself as a deathmatch and just want a more narrative focused experience, GTA World is perfect for you. And the good thing about the selection process here is that it filters out people who have no interest in actual RP and just want to goof around. So if you have no RP experience or aren't very descriptive in your application, you might actually not be accepted. Last but not least, at number 5, we've got Shoreline RP. If you look at their YouTube channel, they've been around for a while, but the beta was officially launched just 3 months ago, so this is still a relatively young server. However, it's jam-packed with content, so you can be sure you'll have a good time if your application gets whitelisted. The whitelisting process itself is free and straightforward, and once approved, you get to be a part of a small but dedicated community of role players. On Shoreline RP, you'll also find collaboration events with other 5M RP servers, as well as events such as paintball matches, races, and car meets. They also do giveaways on their Discord and publish frequent updates, so you'll have no shortage of cars, jobs, weapons, and social activities once you join Shoreline RP. You can also own and customize individual properties, start your own business empire, trade stocks, and team up with people to unlock hidden storylines and career paths. All things considered, Shoreline is a new but exciting take on the GTA RP formula, and that is sure to keep gaining ground if they release consistent updates. And there you have it. Those are my top 5 free GTA RP servers that offer a nice blend of fun and realism. If you're tired of the same old content, tired of power-hungry mods and other RP servers, and just want to try something new with a group of teammates who take role-playing seriously, you can't go wrong with any of these, especially Grand grandrp. I'm also open to suggestions from you guys on which RP server I should cover next. So if you have a good experience with any server or community, let me know down in the comments and maybe I'll include it in my next video. Don't forget to drop a like if you found this video informative. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and you want to see more content like this. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next GTA 5 video. Adios, amigos.